Hi everyone and welcome to this week's lesson. We're going to be focusing on some practical examples from exam papers today. So I have a couple of exam papers attached here to the screen. Whatever I don't get done, I will attach as extra links, so I recommend that you follow it at the end. So the first question there is 2012 paper 2 question 9. So the first question is to say, the point A is shown on the diagram. Write down the coordinates of A. So if we go down here, we see that the x coordinate is 1, and if we go across here, we see that the y coordinate is 4. So that's going to be x and y. The following points on the diagram above need to be plotted. So the point 2, 0 for B. So 2 on the x-axis, 0 on the y-axis is going to be here. So that's going to be the point B, which is 2 and 0. The point C, which is minus 4, minus 4. So that's going to be this one here. So the point C, which is minus 4 and minus 4. Next point is 0 and 4. So 0 on the x-axis, 4 on the y-axis, which is here, which is the point D. So 0 and 4. And then we have the point E, which is minus 6 and 0, which is here. So that's the point E, which is minus 6 and 0. And then finally the point 4, minus 4, which is going to be here. So that's the point F, which is 4 and minus 4. Okay, so they're the points that are plotted. Calculate the midpoint of DF. So calculate the midpoint of DF. So we need the 2 points. So D is the point 0, 4, and F is the point minus 6 and 0. So I'm going to label these x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now the formula you need for midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. So we're just putting in the values. So x1 is 0 plus x2 is minus 6. Now I just realised I put in the wrong value for f. So f is actually 4 minus 4. So x1 plus x2 in this case is going to be 0 plus 4 over 2, comma, y1 in this case is going to be 4 plus y2 is minus 4. So I'll put a bracket in over 2. Okay, so 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then 4, so plus and a minus together give you a minus. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So the midpoint of DF is the point 2, 0. Okay, the slope of BF, so the point of point B is 2 and 0, and the point F is 4 minus 4. I got it right that time. So x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula you need for slope is m. So m is slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So m is equal to this y2, which is minus 4, take away y1, which is 0, over x2, which is 4, take away x1, which is 2. Minus 4 minus 0 is minus 4, over 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 divided by minus 2 is minus 2. So the slope of BF is minus 2. So, next question. Write down the equation of the line BF in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So m is the slope. So your slope we got from before is minus 2, so in the previous question. Now we need the formula for an equation. So it's y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So we need a point. So you can either go for B or F. I'm going to go for B. So the point B is 2 and 0. So I'm going to label that x1, y1. Okay, so we're just plugging it into the formula now. So it's y, take away y1, in this case is 0, is equal to m, which is minus 2, by x minus x1, which is 2. So y minus 0 is equal to minus 2 by x is minus 2x, minus 2 by minus 2 is plus 4. So what we're going to do now, we need to put it in the format y is equal to mx plus c. So y take away 0 is just y. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. And you'll notice now it's in the right format. Y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, find the slope of the line CE. So the point C is minus 4 minus 4. And the point E is minus 6 0. So they're asking us to get the slope. Again, formula you need is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So you're literally just plugging it into the formula. So y2 is 0, take away y1, which is minus 4, over x2, which is minus 6, minus x1, which is minus 4. The two minuses become a plus, so it's going to be 0 plus 4, over minus 6 plus 4. So that's going to be 4 over minus 2. 4 over minus 2 is minus 2. For G, write the equation of the line CE in the form AX plus BY plus C equals 0. Okay, well, we just got the slope of CE. So M is minus 2. And at point, so we're going to pick the point C. So the point C is minus 4, minus 4. So I'm going to label that X1 and Y1. So for an equation, it's Y minus Y1 is equal to M bracket X minus X1. So you're literally just slotting everything in. Y minus y1 is minus 4 is equal to the slope, which is m, which is minus 2, by x minus, in this case, x1 is minus 4. Okay, so it's going to be y plus 4 is equal to minus 2 by x plus 4. So that's y plus 4 is equal to, so minus 2 by x is minus 2x. Minus 2 by 4 is minus 8. So what you need to do now is bring everything over to one side. So I'm going to bring this over to this side. So it's going to become 2x plus y plus 4 plus 8 equals 0. So that's going to be 2x plus y plus 12 equals 0. And you'll notice now that it's in the format ax plus by plus c equals 0. So that's that part done. H, what is the ratio of the area of the triangle BCE to the area of the triangle BCF? So let's go back up to BCE. So we need to trace out this triangle. So BCE is going to be this triangle here. We need to get the area of this triangle. So area of a triangle, I'm just going to scroll back down for a minute, is half the base by the perpendicular height. And it's going to be the same for this. So half the base multiplied by the perpendicular height. So the base of BCE, let's go back up, the base goes from 6 or minus 6 up to 2. That is 8 units. So that's the base. Now the height, so if we go look at the y-axis, what's the lowest point on the y-axis? It's minus 4. And the highest point of this triangle is 0. So 0 to 4, that's 4 units for the perpendicular height. That's this bit here. So let's go back down. So it's half of 8, which is the base, by the perpendicular height, which is 4. Half of it is 4. 4 by 4 is 16. Okay, now we need to go back up to the other triangle. So the other triangle is BCF. So BCF is going to be this triangle here. I'll just draw another yellow line through it. Okay, we need to get the base. So it goes from minus 4 to 4. So that's 8 units again for the base. So 8 units. And that's this distance here that I just measured looking at the x-axis. Perpendicular height is this bit here, and it goes from 0 to minus 4, which means that that's 4 units. So it's the same thing again. It's going from, or the base is 8, so it's half of 8 by the perpendicular height, which is 4, and that's 16. So they're both 16, which means they're in the ratio 1 is to 1. Last part of that question. State whether the two triangles in part H are congruent. Give a reason for your answer. Okay, so congruency means the same size and shape. Now, for something to be congruent, you can use 4 different proofs. You can either use 3 of the same sides, so SSS. You can use SAS, which is side, an angle in between, and another side. Angle, side, angle, or right angle, hypotenuse, and another side. So they're the 4 proofs that you can use for congruency. So we could actually use SSS here. So we're going to go back up here. So if we were to look at the two triangles, one's in purple, one's in yellow, it is a parallelogram. So because of that, I'm going to use a different color here. Just let me see. I'll use pink. So this side here is the same as this side here because it's opposite sides of a parallelogram. So we would say that EB, so EB is the same as CF. So I'm going to write that down. So EB is the same as CF. Okay, so EB is the same as CF, and it's opposite sides of a parallelogram. So we're using the proof S, so it's yes, they're congruent. Okay, that's one side. We need to prove another side now. So if we go back up, because it's a parallelogram, this side is also equal to this side because they're opposite sides of a parallelogram. So we can say EC equals BF. So EC equals BF. So EC equals BF, and it's the same reason as above. So that's another side. So there's your first side, your second side, and we're going to look for a third side now, and it's going to be the common side in the middle, which is the diagonal BC. So diagonal BC, which is here, that's common. So BC equals BC on both triangles because it's a common side. And that's why those two triangles are congruent. So you can use any of those proofs, but we use SSS there. And I think that is, yep, that's the end of the question. So we're on to 2013, question 12 now. Okay, so for this question, it asks us to write down the coordinates of A, B, and C. So for A, which is this point here, so it is, if we come down, it's 3 on the x-axis, 6 on the y-axis. So that's the point 3, 6. For B, which is this point here, that's an easy one, it's going to be minus 6 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. And then C, which is this point here, so we'll go up to the x-axis, so it's 4 on the x-axis and minus 2. So it's 4 on the x and minus 2 on the y-axis. Find the coordinates of D, the midpoint of AB. Okay, so the point A is 3 and 6, and the point B is minus 6 and 0. So again, we're going to just mark in x1, y1, x2, y2. So the midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. And these formulas are given to you. x1 in this case is 3, plus x2 in this case is minus 6 over 2, comma, so y1 is 6 plus y2, which is 0, over 2. So 3 minus 6 is minus 3 over 2. And then 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it's minus 1.5 and 3 for the midpoint there. Okay, so go on to the next part. Find the equation of the line AB. So in order to get the equation, we need to get the slope first of all. So the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we have the coordinates up here. So y2 is 0 minus y1, which is 6, over x2, which is minus 6, take away x1, which is 3. 0 take away 6 is minus 6. Minus 6 minus 3 is minus 9. So minus 6 over minus 9 gives you 2/3. So the slope is 2 over 3. Okay, so we need 1 point, so I'm going to go for the point A. So the point A is 3 and 6. I'm going to label that x1, y1. To get an equation, we need the formula y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1, and you're literally just filling it in. So y minus y1 in this case is 6, is equal to m, which is your slope, 2 over 3, x minus x1, which is 3. Okay, we want to get rid of the fraction now, so we're going to bring the 3 under. So it's 3 by y minus 6 is equal to 2 by x minus 3. So 3 by y is 3y. 3 by minus 6 is minus 18. 2 by x is 2x, and 2 by minus 3 is minus 6. So now all we need to do is bring it all over to one side. So I am going to bring the 3y and 18 over here. So it's going to be 2x minus 6 minus 3y plus 18 equals 0. So then it's going to be 2x minus 3y minus 6 plus 18 is 12 equals 0. So that's it, done. Okay, on to the next part. Find the equation of the line through C perpendicular to AB. Okay, so when we have perpendicular lines, the slopes are opposite and inverted. So we'll say that this is AB and this is C here. We got the slope of AB to be 2 over 3. So if that's the slope of 2 over 3, we turn it upside down, it's going to be 3 over 2, and we change the sign, it's minus 3 over 2. So the perpendicular slope is minus 3 over 2. And the line through C, we'll go back and get the point C, which is 4 and minus 2. So I'm going to write that down. So 4 and minus 2. And we're going to label that x1 and y1. So the formula again is y minus y1 is equal to m bracket x minus x1. So you're literally just filling it in. Y minus, so y1 in this case is minus 2, is equal to m, your slope, which is minus 3 over 2 by x minus x1, which is 4. We want to get rid of the fraction, so 2 multiplied up by all this, so 2 by y, the 2 minuses become a plus, plus 2 is equal to minus 3 by x minus 4. Multiply this out, 2 by y is 2y, 2 by 2 is 4, minus 3 by x is minus 3x, minus 3 by minus 4 is 12. Okay, so now what we want to do is bring everything to one side. So I'm going to bring this over here, so I'm just going to finish it off up here. So it'll be 3x plus 2y plus 4 minus 12 equals 0. So 3x plus 2y, so 4 take away 12 is minus 8 equals 0. So that's that one done. Okay, so then let E be the point where this perpendicular line through C intersects AB. Find the coordinates of E. Okay, so AB, so we have the equation for AB, we got it above for AB, so it's 2x minus 3y plus 12 equals 0. Okay, so that's the line AB. And then E is the point for this perpendicular line. So the perpendicular line, which we got just above, is 3x, so this one here, 3x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. Okay, so this is the perpendicular line. So to get the coordinates, we need to use simultaneous equations here. So I'm going to rewrite them, and I'm going to call them equation 1 and equation 2. So equation 1 is 2x minus 3y minus or equals minus 12. I'm bringing the number over and keeping letters together. And the next one is 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. So we want to, the idea is to get rid of either the x's or the y's. I am going to go for the y's because there's a plus and a minus with them already. Now I need to make them the same number. So what do both 3 and 2 go into? They both go into 6. How do I make this line, or that y is 6? I multiply by 2. So to multiply the whole line by 2. And then this line, I want to make them 2y, a 6y. So I multiply that by 3. So I'm multiplying line 1 by 2. So the whole line by 2. So that's 2x by 2 is 4x. 2x by minus 3y is minus 6y is equal to, so minus 12 by 2 is minus 24. So that's now your first one. And then your second equation, we're multiplying the whole line by 3. So 3x by 3 is 9x. 2y by 3 is 6y, so plus 6y is equal to 8 by 3, which is 24. Now you can get rid of your y's. 4x plus 9x is 13x is equal to, so minus 24 plus 24 is actually 0. So that means that x is equal to 0 over 13. So your x coordinate is 0, which is fine. Now we need to go back and get our y. So I'm going to pick equation 1. 2x minus 3y equals minus 12. Now we know that x is 0. So 2 by 0 minus 3y is equal to minus 12. Minus 3y is minus 12. So y is minus 12 over minus 3. Y is 4. So your point of intersection is the point 0, 4. Last thing, for this question. Which is the shorter distance? CD or CE, and find this distance. Okay, so for CD, okay, I'm going to write all the points up here. So for C, what was C again? So C was 4 minus 2. D minus 3 over 2 and 3. And E, so the coordinates of E, which is what we're after getting there, 0 and 4. So 0 and 4. So first of all, we need to get CD. So when C is 4 and minus 2, and D is minus 3 over 2 and 3, label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so the formula for the distance is the square root of y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. And you'll get that in your log table. So we're literally just filling it in. So in this case, y2 is 3 minus y1, which is minus 2 squared, plus x2, which is minus 3 over 2, minus x1, which is 4 squared. Okay, so the next line. So you can put all of that into the calculator and you get the square root of 55.25. Now we're going to round this 7.433. We're going to do the same now, but for CE this time. So C is 4 and minus 2, and E is 0 and 4. So we're going to label it again. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So plug it into the formula. So CE, the distance between C and E, is the square root of y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. So it's going to be the square root, so y2, which is 4, minus y1, which is minus 2, squared, plus x2, which is 0, minus x1, which is 4, squared. Okay, so then we get 4 minus minus 2 is 4 plus 2, so 6 squared is 36. And then minus 4 squared is 16, so 36 plus 16. And that's the square root of 52. When you put that into the calculator, you get 7.211. So which one is shorter? So obviously the smaller value, which is this one here. So the answer there is CE is shorter. Okay. So the next one. So this is from 2014, paper 2, question 8. Okay, so we're going to start this question, hopefully get most of it done. So the equation of the line L is x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. Find the slope of the line L. So we need to use the formula y is equal to mx plus c. So we now need to get this in the y is equal to mx plus c format. So what we have is x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. So the first thing we need to do there is get y on one side and everything else on the other. So minus 3y is equal to, we're going to bring everything else over. So the x comes over here, so it's going to become minus x, or minus 1x. We're going to bring the minus 6 over as well, and it's going to become plus 6. And the reason I did that was to get the y on its own. So we want to get y on its own, so we need to get rid of the 3. It's been multiplied on this side, so when you bring it over, you divide. So y is going to be minus 1 over 3x plus 6 over 3. So I'm just going to bring that up here. So y is equal to minus 1 over 3x plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we now have it in the format y is equal to mx plus c. Which part of that is the slope? It's the m part, which is this. So m, in this case, is minus 1 over 3. And just a slight change, I'm going to go back here for a second, is actually minus 1 over minus 3 because you brought the minus 3 under. So minus 1 over minus 3 is just going to give you minus 1 over, sorry, so you're going to give you 1 over 3. So the slope is 1 over 3 because minus divided by minus gives you plus. Okay, show that the point 1 minus 2 is not on the line L. Okay, so we have an equation for the line L. The equation is x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. So the point x and y, so 1 and minus 2. So we're subbing in 1 anywhere we see x, so 1 minus, and we're putting in minus 2 anywhere we see y, so it's going to be 3 by minus 2 minus 6 equals 0. So what we want to check now, does this equal 0? And if it doesn't, then that means it's not on the line. So 1 minus 3 by minus 2 is plus 6. Take away 6. Does that equal 0? So 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. So that is not 0. So that proves that it is not on the line. So the point is not on line L. Okay, then we're on to part 3. The line K passes through 1 and minus 2 and is parallel to the line L. Okay, I'm going to draw these two lines. We're going to call this L and we're going to call this K. The line K passes through the points. One of the points is 1 and minus 2 and is parallel to the line L, which means it has the same slope. So if the slope of L is 1 over 3, then the slope of K is going to also be 1 over 3. So M is 1 over 3. And we also have the point 1 and minus 2, which can act as our x1 and y1 point. Now to get an equation, it's y minus y1 is equal to m bracket x minus x1. So we can put in y minus, so y1 is minus 2, is equal to m, which is 1 over 3, x minus x1, which is 1. Bring the 3 over here to get rid of the fraction, so 3 by y plus 2 is equal to 1 by x minus 1. 3 by y is 3y. 3 by 2 is 6. 1 by x is 1x. And then 1 by minus 1 is minus 1. So then what you're going to do is bring everything to one side. So x, or 1x, minus 3y minus 6 minus 1 equals 0. And that's going to give us x minus 3y minus 7 equals 0. So that's it. That's all I'm going to get done this week. I'll attach in some extra links that I suggest that you follow after you finish watching this lesson, and I will speak to you next week.